Sir, you can start now.
Okay, let me just share my screen. I can share my screen right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, hey, hi everyone. So let's start with my session now. So myself, Aditya Chitalya, and I am working in the HackerOne Corporation as an senior iOS developer. And this is by professional, I'm working as a senior iOS developer. By passionate or by hobby, you can say I am a cybersecurity researcher as well, because I always have an interest in the cybersecurity since the starting of my career. So I have a little bit knowledge about the bug bounty and some other stuff. So I thought to share with you all that knowledge so that also you can, go into that field. Okay. So the today's topic is the bug bounty. So I think many of you know what is bug bounty, and many of you, like 60 to 70%, I think, may not know what is the meaning of actual bug bounty, because whenever even the IT developers who is in IT field since last so many years, they even don't know what is the meaning of bug bounty and is this even exist. So yeah, that's why I chose this topic, because and one more thing, in India, bug bounty is not that much, uh, got value. It is always undervalued, like it never got discussed. And outside of the India, you can say, like, many of the institutes and colleges are, having a separate course for the bug bounty and ethical hacking and cyber security. So in India, it is bit hard for us to, get actual stuff in order to learn bug bounty and related to the cyber security. So that is why I chose this topic, to give you some insight about the bug bounty if you want to start your career into the bug bounty. Okay. So today I'm going to give you some knowledge about that, and some techniques and some tools that you can use in your bug bounty career. Okay. So let's start with that. So my today's agenda is, the first thing first is, what is bug bounty? Is a definition of the bug bounty. I'll let you know what is exactly the bug bounty is. Okay. And then where you can learn, from which sources you can get the stuff which you can, learn. And after learning, you can do practice on the lab actually. And then the types of bug bounty, how many types of programs are there in the market, and how you can choose the correct bug bounty program. Okay. And after that, there are many tools, not many, there are a few tools actually. And I will let you know those tools, and among them, the one tool that I am using, I will let you, like, I will give you a guide, and I will give you a tour on that tool, how to use that tool and everything. Okay. And yeah, this is the Burp Suite, how to configure Burp Suite. I will let you know in the upcoming slides. Okay. Then what are the vulnerabilities, or what are the bugs that you can actually report? Okay. So that is the OWeb's top 10 vulnerabilities. Then there are many actually bugs, and I cannot explain all the bugs into the single session, right? So what I think is, I have chose two bugs, you can say, or vulnerabilities, that is SQL injection, and the other is XSS, that is cross-site scripting. So I chose these two bugs, and I have explained it in a little bit detail, so you can get some idea about that. Okay. And then the bug reporting, like, what is bug bounty. Okay. And you learned about that, and you did practice, and you actually find in bug into the real life on some website or some mobile. Okay. But you don't know how to report that bug, then what is the use of this knowledge, right? So bug reporting actually a big aspect of the bug bounty. If you don't know how to report, then everything is useless. So it is one of the major aspect of bug bounty. Okay. So yeah, let's start with that. Okay. Bug bounty. Okay. So what is bug bounty? Bug bounty is a program which gives rewards to ethical hackers. And ethical hackers means, that doesn't mean like you are not an hacker, then you cannot get a bug bounty. Okay. Any normal person, if he is able to find any vulnerability into the any application or any website, they are eligible for the reward. But as per the organization rules, if they allow to, give rewards on that bugs. Okay. So on successfully discovering and reporting a vulnerability or bug to the application developer. Okay. So by this means, for example, if you are using Facebook, right, in day-to-day life, we are using Facebook. So while using the Facebook, if you got any bug, okay, and you are submitting it to the Facebook with proper bug report and everything, then they are gonna give you the bug bounty. As simple as that. Okay. This is what bug bounty is. Okay. Now, why bug bounty? So as I told you, in India, it is always undervalued. Like no one knows about the bug bounty. So many times what happens is, whenever we are talking about information technology, IT field in India, then like people have, very old image in their mind that user is just doing, coding on the laptop for the website and for the mobile and for the web server, moreover. Okay. And more than nothing the developer is doing. So bug bounty is something different from that. It is also related to the IT field, but it is something different which is not yet completely discovered into the Indian market. Many bug cybersecurity researchers are there from the India who got many bug bounties. I don't deny that, but still, as compared to other market, bug bounty didn't get that much value into the India market. Okay. So who can do bug bounty? So obviously, like any person can, from the age of 18 to any old age people can do. By here, who can do bug bounty means not any person. I mean to say is a person who is having, a patience, because bug bounty is not something that today you have started a bug bounty and suddenly you got one bug and you have reported and you got, a reward. It is not something like that. In order to find a single bug, you need to sometimes spend a whole day and night, sometimes over a week, a month. No one can like decide how much time that developer need or tester need to give on to finding that bug into the website. Okay. So most important thing is you need to have patience. If I talk about myself, when I have started learning, I literally almost give 6 to 7 months, yeah, in order to found a single bug into the real life website. Okay. So it took many time to find a single bug sometimes. And once you get that bug, you will get self-confidence automatically. And once you, like, in the starting you will not get any bug at that time, like you will get demotivated, you break your confidence and everything. Like you are like actually you are on the age of, dropping your career for the bug bounty. You will get on that age. Okay. When you don't get the actual bug. Okay. So this is kind of a stuff. And if I talk about myself as well, when I got my first bug, at that time I realized that no, actually these things happens, and we got bounty for the bugs. And actually in actual real life website have these kind of bugs. Okay. So what is required to do bug bounty? So first and foremost, you should have the knowledge of different kind of bugs, right? If you don't have the knowledge, like for example, sometimes back I just talk about the OWeb's top 10 vulnerability. Now if you don't know the top 10 vulnerability, then how you are gonna find bugs? For example, if you don't know SQL injection, you don't know accesses, you don't know CSRF, then how you gonna attack those, payloads on the website, right? So you should have the proper knowledge of every bug, whatever the bugs we have in the market. You should have the knowledge of that, and how to apply those payloads onto the website or onto the application. Okay. You should have that knowledge. Okay. And for whom you can find bugs and gets bug bounty. Okay. So majorly, if I divide, there are two aspects. You can work for yourself, and you can work for any organization. There is only 2 points. Okay. Now when you work for yourself, at that time you are kind of a freelancer, and you can like work remotely from anywhere, from any time. Okay, whenever you have a mood, you can start bug bounty. Whenever you have mood, you can left from that place. Okay, there is no timeline. But when you are working for any organization, when you need a contract for any organization, at that time you need to give the specific time for to them, and you need to give proper concentration. Okay, so there are only two places, and I'll let you know there are, how many platforms are there into the market where you can start your bug bounty career. Okay, so okay, now the second thing is where you can learn and practice the bug bounty. Okay, so there are multiple places, as I told you. First thing is Hacker 101 course. Okay, if you just Google it, Hacker 101 course, it will give you the course completely, which was given by HackerOne platform, HackerOne website. It is one of the biggest website, not one of the, it is the actually biggest website in the world, which is handling the bug bounty programs and everything. So it is the great platform that where you can start learning your bug bounty, like what are the bugs and what are the vulnerabilities actually. Okay, so they have given a textual format as well and visual format as well, like they have a video as well, so you can go and read that video, read the text, and completely blogs, and you can watch that videos, and you can learn one by one vulnerabilities. Okay, another thing is OWeb's official documents. Now OWebs is also a kind of a organization or a community, you can say. Similarly, Hacker 101, OWebs is another platform where you can just learn the vulnerabilities. Okay, so you just need to visit their official document where they have explain top 10 vulnerabilities as well and other vulnerabilities as well. Okay, now once you learn that vulnerabilities, okay, you have knowledge about that, then how you can start, like uh, you have learned that stuff. Okay, now you need to put it in practice, right? Without practice, you cannot go into the real-time world and apply those logic blindly, right? Because it may have, some other circumstances as well. You need to face some legal procedure as well. Okay, so it is not something like that you have learned the bug bounty and you can just blindly start applying your payloads on the real life world. Okay, it doesn't happen. So for that, we have different labs online, which is completely free. And there are some website which you can configure in your MacBook, sorry, in your laptop. Okay. So first is a DVWA, that is stands for Damn Vulnerable Web Application. It is intentionally built buggy. Okay, mark my word, it is intentionally built buggy. And it is just to, it is created just to give ethical hackers to give practice. It have different levels like easy, intermediate, and moderate, and everything. And based on that level, you can just find out different bugs into that. And similarly, the DVWA, you can set up the B web, also a buggy web application. It is also similar. And there is also some levels are there, like easy, moderate, and medium, and everything. Those levels are there. So based on that levels, you can just find the bugs on that, and you can just have a hands-on practice on different types of bug applications. Okay, then another thing is ports, free lab on Portswigger. This is the most important. Okay, if even I will tell you, even if you don't go for the free Hacker 101 course, you are not going for the OS official documents, you can just learn on a Portswigger free lab. Okay, by giving a free lab side by side, they are also giving the course. For example, if you are learning about the accesses, they have a complete blog on the accesses. Okay, then they have given how to exploit accesses. Then they are giving you a free lab on the accesses, like how you can exploit accesses into the website. Okay, so this is something Portswigger, it is the best. I mean, it may take, and this is not 1 day or 2 day or 1 week or a 1 month process. It might take almost around 6 months if you are giving a proper concentration on a Portswigger only. So this is the best website. If you have hands-on experience for the ports figure, this is the best. I mean, for me it was the best, so you can definitely refer that document. Okay, now our third topic is type of bug bounty. Okay, now the first type is a private bug bounty program. So in starting of your career, I'll say you will not have any private bug bounty program, because you didn't search for, like, you didn't exploit any bugs, or you didn't reported any bugs. So obviously you are not, company is not aware, the organization which are available into the market are not available of like not know that you are a bug bounty hunter. Okay, so they will not invite you in their program. Okay, so that's why and once you start with the bug bounty, and once you find some once you exploit some bugs and you report some bugs on different platforms, after that you will slowly get email from the different organizations that join our private program and do exploit some bugs on our website and application. So this is something that organization privately held. Okay, another thing is public bug bounty program. So public bug bounty program is, there is a organization in the market which is openly saying and openly just inviting all the ethical hackers and bug bounty hunters to their program, and asking them to uh, uh, exploit the bugs into their website. Okay, now you might think like, why organization is inviting bug bounty hunters to their platform, and they are saying like, come and exploit our website, right? No one do. Why they do that thing? Because many times you heard news in the market that these organizations got exploited, and the data breaches happen right now. If I remember, like with the Sony it happens. Okay, with the Domino's it happens, with the Zomato it happens. You just take the organization name and they face the data breaches. Okay, and when data breaches happen, first of all, the organization facing the consequences. On other hand, major important thing is your data is getting into the wrong hand on the black market. That is the most important stuff that you never want to share, but some ethical hackers are there who are selling your data without your permission onto the black market. So that is why organization are holding these kind of programs to inviting white hackers and bug bounty hunters to their program and exploit, and invite them to exploit the bugs into their website basically. Okay, now other thing is web application bug bounty program. Now web application bug bounty program, and one more thing, mobile application bug bounty program. So as the name suggests, okay, web applications means if you have interest in exploiting bugs on the website, then you just simply register for the, not register, you simply just choosing your career or your path for the website bug bounty program. And if you have interest into the exploiting mobile applications bugs, then you are just selecting your path for the mobile application bug bounty program. So you especially do not need to register for any of the bug bounty programs like web application and mobile application. For example, if you are doing web application bug bounty program and now you have interest in the mobile application, so side by side you can do that. Like there is no rules like you are doing website, then you cannot go for the mobile application. You have interest, you can go anywhere. Yeah. Now tools that are used for the bug bounty, these are the most important tools. Okay, so first tool is the Burp Suite, and which is given by the Port Swigger. You just heard this name a few minutes before, right? Port Swigger. So it is a organization, and they are giving one tool where you can start your, not start, but you can do practice, and you can use this tool into your a career for the bug bounty. Okay, and another tool that is given by the OWASP, ZAP. It is called as ZAP, but the full form is Z Attack Proxy. Okay, now OWASP is there are two tools, and if you think like if you are in the dilemma like which tool you should use, then let me tell you the Burp Suite is having a two edition. One is the professional edition, one is the community edition. Professional edition is the is something where you need to pay the price and it is a bit high, so you can just check on the website how much they are asking. It is something around $300 to $400. Okay, so you need to pay that much for the professional edition. But if I suggest, then you can go for the community edition, because community edition is something that it is almost giving everything for the fresh bug bounty hunters that they need into their starting of the career or starting of the bug bounty. So Burp Suite is something that uh, it is the best actually in the UI wise also. If you check that, it is very user friendly, the UI is very user friendly, and everything is on your screen, whatever you see, and you can just do whatever type of attack you want. And when we comes to the Zap is something, it is a bit tricky. The UI is a bit tricky, I will say. I don't have that much experience on the Zap, but as far as I have used, I didn't get that much practice on the Zap, because I always get confused into the UI of the Zap. Okay, and it is also like everything depend on the right click. What I mean right click is there are different boxes into the Zap. Okay, there are 4 boxes on the screen of the Zap software, and each box, when you click right, when you right click in each box, you will get a different option. Okay, so everything depend on the click. Okay, you just click on the different box, you will get the different option. Okay, so that is the Zap. And moreover, it is a free, it is an open source tool. So yeah, you can, if you want to go for the open source tool, then definitely Zap is there. Now, how to configure Burp Suite? So from these two tools, obviously I cannot explain you to configure both the tools online. Okay, so I'm just giving you a bit intro on how to configure Burp Suite only. Okay. Okay, now let's go for the step 1. First of all, as I told you, there are two, actually there are 4. The one is the dynamic testing and the one is the manual testing. Now, right now we are not going for the dynamic testing. We will just concentrate on the manual testing. So in manual testing, there are 2 editions. One is the professional edition, one is the community edition. So as I told you, professional edition is the paid version of that of the Burp Suite. Okay, so if you want to go for that, you can just pay and you can use that. Okay, and based on your choice, you just need to download that software and just install that software. It is very simple procedure. It is like normal software you are installing on your PC or your MacBook or your laptop. It is similar to that. Okay, so you just need to download and you just need to install that software into your machine. Now, second thing is the proxy. This is the another important aspect that you need to do. Now, proxy is something that you can consider it as a station. Okay, you are just adding a station whenever you are sending any API request to the web server or something like that. So without proxy, what happens is whenever on your machine, for example, you are opening your web browser and you are searching for the google.com, right? So whenever you are hitting google.com, what happens is from your machine, the request sends goes to your router, and from your router it just directly goes to the outer server, outer network. Okay, and from it is just hitting that web server of the Google, and you are just getting the request and response and everything. Okay, now why we are adding proxy? As I told you, proxy is kind of a station. Now station mean whenever you are searching for the google.com web browser on the web browser. Okay, now what happen is it will first stop on your station, that is your proxy, whatever the IP address and port number you have given. On that port number, it will go there and it will wait for your approval for that request. And once you approve that request, after that it will goes to the your router, and from your router it will go to the outer network. Okay, so this is kind of a station you can consider. Okay, now which host or IP address you need to give, that I will tell you later on when I'll give you a live tour or live guide on the, on the Burp Suite. So you need to make sure like what port number and what IP address you are using over here. Okay, it should be matched with the Burp Suite, like whatever the IP address and port number you are setting into the Burp Suite and on the Foxy proxy, you just need to it should be equal basically. And which proxy extension you should use. So here, like mostly when I do bug bounty hunting, okay, I use Google Chrome, and there is a very based Foxy proxy extension given by the Google Chrome. So you can just install that Foxy proxy extension, and on the top corner on the toolbar, you will get the icon of the Foxy proxy. And when you click on that, you just need to go to the option. And once you go to the option, you will just see this kind of scene, this proxy screen. Okay. And here you need to click on the add new proxy. And once you click on the add new proxy, you will get the second screen. Okay. Now here you just need to give the host or IP address and the port number, and click on the general tab. And on the general tab, you just need to give the name of your proxy, whatever the name you want to give. Okay. And once you save, and that's it, you are done. You have set up the proxy. It is as simple as that. Okay. Now this is the screen of the Burp Suite. Like whenever you are opening it for the first time, this is the first screen that you are gonna face or you are gonna see. Okay, this is the kind of a old screen, and in the into the new version of the Burp Suite, you will get a new different screen that I will show you into my tour. Okay. Now let's go for the OWeb's top 10 vulnerabilities. Okay. Now, if you don't know the, as I told you, if you don't know the what type of vulnerability are available into the market, then how you are gonna exploit those vulnerabilities, right? So there are many vulnerabilities. It doesn't mean like here I am explaining you a top 10 vulnerabilities, then there is only a 10 vulnerabilities. Okay. It is something that is given by the OWeb's top 10. Top 10 means whatever the vulnerabilities we have till now into the market, OWeb's has identified these are the top 10 vulnerabilities. By top 10 means is these are the most common vulnerabilities that developers are doing mistakes into their websites and while creating the applications. Okay. So until 2017, this is the structure that the OWebs has given. For example, the injection attack, then broken authentication, sensitive data exposure, and so on, like broken access control, security misconfiguration, like you have misconfiguration for related to your web server or something like that. Okay. Then the cross-site scripting accesses. Okay. Then insecure deserialization, using components with unknown vulnerabilities, like you have some components and you have used with some other tools which have the some known vulnerabilities. Okay. So like for example, you have a website, okay, and you have used some third-party tool, and that third-party tool already having a vulnerabilities, so simply it is also like exploiting your website. Okay. So whenever you are using any third-party tool, you need to, that's why you need to make sure that they don't have any vulnerabilities. And secondly, it is at least referred by most of the developers and most of the people. You should have at least research on that third-party tool actually, or the third-party libraries that you are using in your website. Okay. Then insufficient logging and monitoring, for a like you are not logging and monitoring the data and everything. Okay. After 2017, in 2021, OWebs has reconsider some other injections, and they have collab two or more injections into the single, and they have introduced another new attacks into the top 10. Okay. For example, if I tell you about the cross-site scripting and the injection, so they have added into the single, that is A03 2021 injection. Okay. So there's now there is only one type, that is injection. Now then in that injection you have a separate path, for example XSS and SQL injection, and there are also many more injections are there. Okay, then SSRF is there. SSRF is also most common bug that you will get. Like if I tell you about the most common bugs, then SSRF is there, then the XSS is there, then SQL injection is there, then IDOR is there, indirect object reference. Okay, that is also there. Okay, so these are something kind of most common mistakes that developer are doing. And among these some stuff I will explain you some, for example access and SQL injection. I cannot go for all the bugs because we don't have that much time, so I have taken only two bugs, we can say, or two vulnerabilities actually, okay, from this list. Now let's go for the cross-site scripting. Okay, what is cross-site scripting? Now cross-site scripting are a type of injection in which malicious scripts are injected into the trusted website. Okay, cross-site scripting means like you are going to one website. Let me give you the example. For example, Facebook. Okay, and you click on the login and you have entered your email ID and password, and you click on the login button. Okay, so at that time what happen is some script is going to be executed and you will get some pop-up and similar kind of stuff. Okay, and you will just feel like some unobvious, like why this is happening. Okay, so that is kind of a cross-site scripting. But behind this scene, what happen is whenever you are clicking on any link and you are entering the data and you are getting this type of pop-up and something like that, at that time you simply just got exploited. Okay, your private data got exploited and attacker got that data without your information and without your approval. Okay, now it allows an attacker to compromise the interaction that user have with a vulnerable application. As I told you, like you are going on the facebook.com and you are login with your email ID and password, and you are just compromising your data, and attacker is getting that data. Okay, so if we see this chart here, so here the green person is just going to the application. Before that he is just getting one link, and someone told that click on that link and log in. Okay, so here what happen is whenever user is going to click on that link, they will just see the login page, and once they see the login page and clicking on the login button, simply that sensitive data, for example mother's maiden name, password, wire transfer, the payment information, whatever they have onto that cookies and onto that website data, the attacker will get that data. Okay, so what new thing that attacker did into the link, let's see. Okay, so here above you can see the link. Until the message parameter into the link, it is very normal, but when you see the message parameter, attacker has added one script. Now if you don't know the script, then you should learn about the JavaScript first. Okay, what is script, how it is going to be executed, and how it works and everything. You need to read about that, then only you will get the idea of the script, like what it is. Okay, now what attacker did is he just added a simple script into the message parameter, and what he has added is yeah, he's having his own website, and there is another JavaScript which is going to be executed when the user is clicking on the login button. Okay, so now there are when you are exploiting a type accesses, there are mostly three type of accesses, I can say. First is the reflected accesses, second is the DOM based accesses, and the third is the stored accesses. Okay, now DOM based accesses is something that is very rarely available nowadays into the website, I can say, because most of the time I didn't get that type of accesses. Okay, now let's go one by one these accesses. So first thing first, what is reflected accesses? So it is a very simple and very common, and it is the first type of accesses. Reflected accesses, it is something like you are passing some data into the API HTTP request and you are just reflecting it back. Okay, as simple as that. You pass some malicious data, and browser is processing that data, and you are just getting the response for that. Okay, so that is the thing. Okay, now we'll go for the stored accesses. It's arise when an application receives data from an untrusted source and includes the data within its later HTTP response in an unsafe way. By what this means, what is stored accesses? So stored accesses is something like when you are using Facebook, right? And many times you have post some comments on some post and something like that, or you have some open post. Okay, so by adding those posts and everything, you have added uh, some malicious payloads into that post or into that comment. So now what happened is, for example, you are in my friend list and I'm just logging into my account, and if your post is going to be load on my device, then simply like my data got breach. Okay, you will get my data because that access is going to be executed on my end. Okay, whenever you have added something on the comment, some payload on the comment, and I'm getting that comment, and I'm clicking on that link or something like that, you are just getting the data. Okay, so that is something stored accesses. So stored accesses is something that it is going to be stored on the website database, okay, permanently, until and unless developer from the backend they are deleting that payload from their database manually. It is going to be stored onto the database of that website. Okay, now DOM based accesses. Now what is DOM based accesses? It is an accesses attack wherein the attack payload is executed as a result of modifying the DOM environment in the victim's browser used by the original client-side script. So the client-side code runs in an unexpected manner. So it simply means like I sent you one URL with the payload, okay, and you are clicking on that payload, and the data got exploited. As simple as that, as I gave you in the example. Okay, this is the thing, DOM based access, but you don't need to refer that DOM based access. You can just go for the reflected and stored accesses, because this is the most common stuff that we are facing, and we are exploiting this and exploiting these type of bugs into the website. Okay, now SQL injection. This is kind of my favorite part, SQL injection. Okay, now SQL injection is something that whenever you know that this particular website is taking data from the database, so whatever the part the developer is searching for into the database, you just need to modify that part. Okay, and once you able to modify that part, then that's it, bingo, you just got the data whatever you want. Like everything whatever they have into the database, you can get everything whatever they have. So this is kind of a very serious kind of injection as well, because you can get data which is not allowed to access by a normal user. Okay, that type of data you are getting. Okay, so let's see what are the key takeaways for the SQLLI. Okay, now SQLLI allows an attacker to interfere with the queries. Now queries, what I mean here is developer can very easily can get refer this term. Query means whenever they are searching anything into the database, they need to tell the database, right, that hey, you have this table, and from this table I need that data. So that stuff is called as query. Okay, so that query is written by the developer on the backend. Okay, for example, whenever you are searching, whenever you are login, as simple as that, whenever you are logging into the Facebook, again I'm taking the Facebook example, you have entered email ID and password. So whenever you are entering email ID and password, at that time Facebook does not know you, right? Like for example, I say Aditya Chitalian and ABCXYZ, I entered the password. Now how can Facebook knows that these are the correct combination, these are the correct this is the correct user of this account, right? So what they do is they are taking that email ID and password and they are checking into the backend, into the database, and once they get the data, that's it, you can just log in. Okay, so that is the process, that is the code which is written, is called as queries. Okay, so we just need to exploit that query, we just need to exploit the data, that variable that is used into that query, and that's it. Once you are able to exploit that variable, that is called as a SQL injection. Okay, it generally allows an attacker to view data that they are not normally able to retrieve. Okay, so as I told you, it just gives you the data which is not visible to the normal people outside the world. Okay, now this might include data belonging to the other user, any other data. Okay, because you can able to access any data that they have. Now here I gave the example, there is one website and they have a products and they have a category. Okay, now for example Amazon, when you are searching on the Amazon for the category gift, okay, so they are finding something on the database related to the category, and under that category whatever the product they have, they are fetching from the database and they are showing you, right? So this is the very simple terms, because in the normal, like normal people outside the world, what they do is whatever they want, they just go for the go for the words. Actually, if you want mobile, you are just searching for the mobile phone and you will get the list of the mobiles, right? But here what we need to do is, uh, after adding gifts, you just need to add your payload, that is adding a single quotes, and then this query and release equal to 1. Now release equal to 1 is some type of a parameter, you can say, which they have into the table, which is used to identify which are the product that are right now displayed to the user, right? Because it is not happen that whatever the data product the Amazon have, they are like showing everything to the user, right? They have some products which they are showing on some particular sale or something, like on some particular day, right? And in the normal days they are not showing. So something like that, when you want to see those data on normal days, at that time you need to add the release equal to 1. This is the parameter I have added for the reference. This is not actual means like you can go to the Amazon and you can directly go for the SQL injection, just for the clarification. Now how can you do SQL injection? So first and foremost thing, uh, first of all you need to know what type of database that particular website or application is using, right? For example, they are using Oracle, they are using Microsoft, they are using Postgres SQL, they are using MySQL, and another thing is GraphQL type of API. So I think they are using the backend same, but yeah, most of the, let's consider these four: Oracle, Microsoft, Postgres SQL, and MySQL. Okay, until and unless you don't know the type of the database, then how you are gonna exploit that SQL injection? Because obviously the syntax is going to be changed, right? So you need to have the knowledge, or you need to take the knowledge of this type of SQLs, this type of database, before doing any SQL injection. Because for example, if any website, for example, if Amazon is using MySQL and you are adding payload of Oracle database into the syntax of Oracle, then obviously it is not going to work, and you will into the position that, like, you are thinking that the no SQL injection is there, but actually the SQL exploit is there, because it is into the MySQL, but you are trying onto the Oracle, right? So at the right time, on the right place, you should have the right knowledge of the right database. Only then and that you can exploit this type of database. Okay, now how you can exploit? So these are some techniques that you can use. Okay, so as I told you into the previous slide, if we refer this string, okay, so as per the developer, what they have did is they have written the query that select star from product where category equals to single quotes until that, and then they have added text field dot value, whatever the text field, whatever the user is entering into the text field, it is going to be reflected here. For example, you have added only gifts, then the into the single quotes it is adding gifts. But if when scenario comes to the bug bounty hunters. Okay, so what they are doing is adding a single quotes manually into that field, and after that they are adding some other parameters. So as per the developer, after the gifts their query gets over, but after, in actual real life, for the bug hunters, their actual query starts after this. Okay, where developer stops thinking, and when developers thinks that the query gets end here, after that the bug hunters query gets started. Okay, so this is the stuff. So you just need to use a single quote character. Okay, and looking for the errors that you are getting into the API. I will show you how to, bifurcate the how to check the errors and everything. I'll show you if we got if we left some time. Okay, and submitting some boolean conditions. For example, here we have sent release equal to 1. So instead of that, you can just go for the 1 equal to 1, which is always going to be true. Okay, so here what we can do is, after adding gifts, we can at the place of and, we can replace it with or, and then 1 equal to 1, we can simply add that. So the our query will be like, select star from products where category equal to gifts, or 1 equal to 1. So basically that condition is going to be true. Okay, if the category is not even gifts, then also you will get that data, because you have added or condition with 1 equal to 1, and 1 equal to 1 is always going to be true, right? So you will get all the data apart from gifts as well. Okay, now another thing is a time delay. This is something kind of blind SQL injection time delay. What I mean is, blind SQL injection. Blind SQL injection is something that uh, how I can say, if you are searching for something, you have added some payloads, you are not reflecting, or you are not getting data based on that payload, but your payload is getting executed. Okay, your payload is getting executed. You are, even though you are getting the normal data, but your payload gets executed. Now how you will, for sure, you can make sure yourself that you get the data, and your payload is getting executed. For that, you can just simply add a time delay in your query. Okay, for example, if we are searching for the normal query that select star from product where category equal to gifts. Now, for example, this query is taking 1 second to, execute the query and to get the data from the database. And when you are adding payload, for example, select sleep 10 seconds, okay, into that query. So you will get the normal data, you will get the category of gifts, but the difference between previous request and this request is, your query gets delayed by 10 seconds. So as soon as you get the 10 seconds delay, you will understood that here we have a blind SQL injection. Okay, so you can report for the blind SQL injection. Okay, so always try to add these type of delays of times into your injection. And once you get sure that they have a time delay, for example, in the first try you got that 10 seconds of delay, then try for the 15 seconds of delay, and if you get exactly 15 seconds of delay, then you are 100% sure that you have a blind SQL injection. Okay, now what type of bugs we have, how to exploit those bugs. You have hands-on practice, you have knowledge, but you don't know how to report the bug, then it is obviously it is going to be a useless, right? So here is the bug reporting. This is also given by the OWebs, like how to report a bug. So first of all is the summary title you need to submit, and this is the report. This is the general form, or the most general, you can say, or the accepted form that another organization are also accepting when they are receiving the bugs. Okay, because, and it is important because they should also understand, right? Whatever the bugs you have find, you can just simply not say log into the Facebook and add the post and you will get the bug, right? You cannot say that stuff. You need to give the step-by-step process. You need to give the POC. You need to give the, if you have the video, then that is the best thing that you can give to them. You need to give the proper type of the bug and the severity of that bug, whether it is a critical, it is a medium, or a low severity bug. Okay, that severity level you need to give. Okay, so first thing is the summary title. obviously without the title, how they are gonna understood that this type of bug is found. Okay, so here I gave the example, that is remote file inclusion in resume upload form allows remote code execution. Okay, so this type of title you need to give. For example, you have XSS bug, then you need to give the proper title, that XSS bug found on the account screen while adding to the username text field, username into the text field. Okay, so this type of uh, I mean explanative title you should give. So by even reading the title, they will understood that this type of bug this person has found. Okay, so it should be descriptive and more helpful. Okay, and the target, so target means whatever the domain you have targeted and wherever you have found that bug, on whatever the domain, you need to give that domain. Because whenever, for example, you are exploiting bugs on the YouTube, then there is not a single domain on youtube.com is not a single domain. Okay, they have hundreds of domain, different hundreds of domain. For example, sending message, there is a different domain. For doing live, there is a different domain. For sending emails, there is a different domains. Okay, so they have used different domains. So which domain you have targeted and which domain you got this you have exploited this bug, so you need to give that domain as well. Okay, then technical severity, that is as per you, like how uh, um, serious bug is this in simple terms. Okay, it is a most severe, like it is a most severe in terms of very secure information you can able to exploit, or you get some backdoors into the website or something like that. Okay, based on that severity, you need to measure your exploit. Okay, then the vulnerability details, when we go for the vulnerability details, it have two aspect, that is a URL or the location of the vulnerability. For example, on the account screen, on the username text field you got, then you need to give the URL, okay, of the account screen, and the location, that is the username text field on the account screen, that location you need to give. Then the description is the step-by-step process that you have followed in order to exploit that bug, from login, from going to their website, then login to going to the account screen, then adding exploit or payload to the username text field. Everything whatever you have, you need to give each and every step-by-step details into the description. Okay, then only it is going to be a valid bug report. Okay, and then the last thing is attachment. As I told you, if you have a screenshot of that exploit, you can give that. And moreover, that if you have a video of that exploit, then that is the best thing, because they can simply just follow the same step as shown in the web video, and they can just triage that bug. Okay, now, as I told you in the later on slide, I will tell you what type of platforms we have for the bug report. Okay, so mostly there are two platforms. One is the Bug Crowd and one is the HackerOne, and one more is there, which is Open Bug Bounty. It is not that much used because, yeah, but for the fresher, for the new bug hunters, it is definitely it is very worth. Okay, so when you are starting your career, I definitely refer you to go on the Open Bug Bounty. Okay, there you can there you can register your bug. Okay, after that you can go for the Bug Crowd. Okay, Bug Crowd is the second step, and the HackerOne is the last step. I am telling you because on the Bug Crowd there is no negative marking. Okay, whereas on the HackerOne, if your bugs, if you think that this is a proper vulnerability and you are reporting, and that organization is saying that no, this is not a vulnerability, then your reputation is going to be down. Okay, so they are working on the reputation as well. Based on the reputation, another organization might not give you the permission to do bug bounty on their application. So it is a, like, it is working on the reputation basically. So you should, like, whenever you are completely ready to go into the live world, and you have a confidence that you can fight the bug bounty. At that only you can go for the HackerOne. Until that you can go for the bug crowd as well. They are also giving a good amount of bounty on exploiting the bug. Okay, now before going to the Q&A, let me just show you the HackerOne platform. Now this is the platform HackerOne, and you can search for the activity. Okay, and this is one of the website, instacart.com, which is the one of the biggest grocery based website, a US based website, that they have program on the activity to find the bugs. Okay, so first of all, whenever you are going for any you are selecting any target or something like that, before that you need to search for the scope. Okay, before before going the scope, you cannot just start exploiting any data or something like that. Okay, because it might happen that you got the exploit, but they didn't added that domain into that scope, and uh, by means that like they can go for the legal terms as well. Okay, for example, this Instacart having these many URLs, okay, these many domains into their scope. Okay, see here, they have given the ineligibility for the bounty. Okay, now if you are going to exploit any bugs on the career.instacart.com, then simply they will accept it is out of the scope, and if they are more honor, then they will accept your bugs as well, but they will not give you the bounty. And then you cannot question them why you are not eligible for the bounty, because they have mentioned that. Okay, so if you are doing for the bounty, then I will refer you just go for the scope and check the domains that you want to exploit. Okay, and then there are the bugs which are exploited by other users that you can see over here. Okay, and you can see like just the disclosed bugs. Okay, so here see CSRF bug. If you don't know about anything, just open random bug. I'll tell you, open. I did also same thing. Okay, and once you check that, see here, he has added the description. Here is the title. He has added the description. Okay, severity is somewhere, but I think it is not shown over here into the uh, report. Reported to, yeah, here see severity is nothing. They didn't give the severity. Okay, you need to give the severity. Okay, now here this guy have done tremendous job, because he has given a proper descriptive format, and he has given a proper POV as well. See, he gave the steps, and he gave the uh, proper screenshot as well attached. So by using these, the another party, the organization, is simply can understand the process that they have followed, that bug hunter get followed, and they can simply get able to triage these bugs. So it is very much helpful for the organization when you give the descriptive format of the bug. Okay, so simply just you can just open any bugs. For example, if you are going for the XSS, then just search for the XSS bug, and if they have added the steps, just learn that step. Okay, just read that step, learn that step, apply on the other website whatever you are targeting. Okay, it will very much helpful. I'll tell you, I did that and I got the success as well. Okay, so these are some techniques that you can use by doing, or whatever the other bug hunters are doing. You will get idea like whatever the other bug hunters are doing into the actual life. Okay, and once you get the idea, after that you can go for your own payloads. Now you will say, sir, I don't have, like, I have the knowledge, but I don't know how to do. Okay, so Google is there. Okay, it is giving you actually everything. For example, if I tell you, let me show you. See here, when you search for the cheat sheet, it is again given by the portsfigure.net. Okay, now here cross-site scripting. Now whatever the browser you are using, just select that. Okay, on whatever the event, like on click event, on over event, on upload event, on whatever event, on submit event, whatever event you want to target, or you want to add the payload, you can just simply add that payload into that. Okay, and whatever the tag you are using. Okay, For example, button tag, BR tag, body tag. Okay, based on that, they are generating, for example, Chrome. Okay, so here for the Chrome, they are generating, XSS. Okay, just copy these XSS, add these XSS into the target wherever you want to add. Okay, the style tag and whatever the tag you want to use, script tag, whatever tag. Okay, just add these tags. And it is not working, okay, simply just go for the second payload, then go for the third, fourth, fifth, any of the payload. If you are sure that this website is having XSS attack, then any of the payload is going to be executed, right? You will get the idea. And it is not giving 5, 10 or some 20, 25 type payloads. You can just scroll, the list. Okay, you can see how many types of payload they are giving. Okay, now again, this is just the one. Okay, if you go for the on double click, on drag, again you will have a different type of payloads. So you can see how many types of payloads you have. Just copy these payloads, okay, and add these payloads on your target, and you will get the success. Okay, and most important thing is just don't lose your patience, because it is going to definitely going to taste your patience. Like how much time you can you know uh, uh, you can give. It will taste your patience in simple terms. Okay, like if you are able to uh, uh, exploit the payload or not, basically. Okay, so yeah, that is the stuffs. And I regret that actually I cannot able to give you the tour on the Burp Suite. It is as simple as that, because as I explained you also, like the configuration of the this Burp Suite. Okay, you can just follow those steps, and you will definitely able to configure these everything. Okay, yeah, there is one step that I didn't mention you, that is you need to download one port swigger certificate. Okay, and that is something like you need to just let me show you quickly. Okay, uh, see here, in the Foxy proxy, just add the proxy and search for the 127.0.0 node 1 colon 8080. Sorry, 8080. Okay, now here, see here, CS certificate. As soon as you click on the CS certificate, you will get that certificate, and you just need to install that certificate in your machine. If you have a MacBook like me, then you just need to add the certificate in your keychain. Otherwise, in your browser, if you are not using proxy, then in your Chrome browser and anywhere, you just need to set up this certificate and mark it as trust. And yeah, that's it. You are good to go. And once you go for this proxy, you just need to intercept on, and whatever the request you are generating, it is going to be stop on this platform. And you can just add, or you can just temper the parameters over here. Okay, and you can just by clicking on the forward button, you can just send the request onto the server. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And hopefully in the future we will have the next session, and I will give you the tour on the Burp Suite in detail. Okay, yeah. And I think that's it from my end.
Yeah, thank you, Aditya. Actually, we don't have any questions for today,
Okay,
so we can wrap it up. And thank you for that very, very insightful and very deep session. I think all of us learned a lot.
okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you. And thanks everyone for joining us today.